My day started like any other. I woke up to the blaring sound of my alarm clock, washed my face, brushed my teeth, and spent over an hour in the shower singing. Beyonce, to be exact. I spent about 45 minutes looking for clothes and another 15 minutes picking out shoes. I grabbed leftovers from the night before, grabbed my coat, and then made my way to the J train heading into Manhattan for work. I responded to all the "I love you" and "have a great day" text messages from my family, put the new Beyonce album back on shuffle, and luckily found a seat on a crowded train. About 20 minutes into my commute, a young man around my age walked onto the train. He had uncombed hair, dirt-stained clothes, soles of his shoes falling apart, and a suitcase filled with what seemed like all he had left to his name. He paced up and down the aisle, and to this day, I don't know what it was, but something told me to lower the volume on my headphones to anticipate what he had to say. His pacing finally came to a halt, and he said, "I don't know if anyone hears me, heck, I don't know if anyone sees me, but I just need someone to tell me that it's gonna be okay." And you know what the saddest part about this story is? Every single person on that crowded train acted as if he was invisible, including me. See, I was so frustrated with myself that day because I realized that I'm not always gonna have a dollar or food to give in those moments, but I was haunted by the question, if faced with this predicament again, what can I do? I found myself in Duane Reade after work and bought dozens of hygiene products. I mean, toothbrushes, toothpaste, deodorant, lotion, bars of soap, you name it. I went home and filled Ziploc bags with these items and vowed to always give. Whether it be a hello, a good morning, a God bless you, one of these packages, I would always give. I did this for about 2 months straight and met so many amazing people in the process. I met a factory worker that was displaced by a fire. I met a couple that both found love on the streets after facing hard times. I even met a young 16-year-old who was recently released from juvenile detention to learn that he was no longer allowed home. But out of all these interactions, my connection with one stood out the most. Here's my friend Abdul. At the time we met, he was a 22-year-old immigrant that decided to live on the streets of Union Square, then live under his father's harsh conditions at home. We spoke for hours that day we met about his hopes, his dreams, and how he wished to get out of homelessness. He told me that he was applying to become a chef. So we went across the street to a department store, and I bought him a new pair of pants, shoes, and a shirt for his upcoming interviews. He went to the shelter that night, found me on Facebook, and we worked on his resume. A few weeks later, he let me know he got the job. See, this is just one story that I would constantly tell my family and friends, and they would say, "Girl, this is powerful. You need to do something with this." And honestly, I just wanted people to care more. From there, a movement was born. I founded Care More, a nonprofit organization that delivers hope in the form of care packages filled with hygiene products that we tend to take for granted. We host Packed with Love events where our volunteers, or as I like to call them, caregivers, gather to assemble packages and write inspirational notes of hope. We meet up at Union Square in Times Square, New York, Patterson in Newark, New Jersey, and even Center City in Kensington, Philadelphia. Caregivers are encouraged to stop and talk to the individuals they're helping, getting to know who they are as people first, not just someone who's homeless. While we were delivering packages one day, we met a man named James. In true Care More fashion, we started to have a conversation and learned that this was James' 58th birthday. So we started to gather around him and serenade him with the happy birthday song. To our surprise, he started to cry. After we resumed our conversation, we learned that this was the first time that anyone had ever sung James happy birthday in over 15 years. 15 years. Something that we take for granted year after year meant the absolute world to him. This one-on-one interaction is what Care More is all about. We believe that communication can truly knock down barriers and help get to the root of the homeless epidemic. According to the U.S. Department of Housing, approximately 550,000 people experience homelessness on a single night. 67% are alone to fend for themselves, and 33% are with family and children. How do they get there, you might ask? Unemployment, domestic violence, mental abuse, substance abuse, and that list just goes on and on and on. But you see, the one thing that we all have in common is we're all human. We all have names, we all have stories, we all have hopes for a brighter future. We are all human, but more importantly, we're all in this together. See now, with all the hope that we impart with Care More, the humbling reality is that delivering care packages will not put an end to homelessness. But what it does is bring awareness to this issue and bring like minds together to help put an end to this thing. Apple, as seen on The Verge, recently pledged $2.5 billion to the housing crisis in California. As seen on CNN, Austin Perini from Birmingham, Alabama, is a 4-year-old. A 4-year-old from Birmingham, Alabama, that delivers meals to the homeless in his Superman cape and a shirt that says #show love. See, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter how big or small the effort is, it all aids in bringing awareness to the issue and will spark dialogue for change. How can you ignite change, you might ask? You can go to your local town hall meetings and be the voice for the homeless in your community. You can volunteer your time at a local soup kitchen and get to know the people you're helping in the process. You can even gather your family and friends together to collect warm garments and deliver it to the homeless during the winter. Small deeds can often go unacknowledged, but my hope is to show the world that every ounce of kindness and generosity will spark a positive ripple effect for change, and in turn, will help make our world a better place. So let's care more. Thank you.